Pump it up, pump it up.
Trae.
Come on, come on.
With Trae.
Pump it up, pump it up.
It's the day with Trae.
This is the day to gain inspiration, to make a positive change in the nation. We're inviting you to partake in conversation to raise your vibration. It's the day that we will all celebrate all of our peeps that make this thing elevate. Watch the negative fade away, cause it's the day with Trae.
Grand Rising, everyone. Welcome to the Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. I get to welcome y'all to a terrific Tuesday. Really excited because we have an amazing business owner. Tina Fahnbulleh is in the building, y'all, and we're going to be talking about Gold Coast Ghal Kitchen. Y'all, this is an amazing restaurant. I'm so excited to be diving in with her, but also learning about a phenomenal event that's coming up this weekend. So y'all are tuning in at the right time to get all of the details. But of course, it's the top of the show right now. So this is where you get to share this show. You're helping us grow. Go ahead and let people know who you feel could benefit from a daily dose of dopeness, that the Day with Trae is where it's at. I want to thank all of y'all for sharing this show and really participating and contributing to our organic growth here. Really, it's one of those things where it's like, that's what community is all about. And if we're providing value to you, go ahead and share it with others. Now, before I get into it with Tina after the break, I get to tell y'all a little bit about what it means to try new cuisine. Now, the first time I was able to go to Gold Coast Ghal Kitchen, I was impressed. And I also had a friend who said, look, here are the things that I think you will love on the menu. Now, that's my way of doing it. You know, those referrals from people who know the menu, who know the restaurant, that really helps me decide, because I may look at a menu and want all type of stuff off of the menu. But I'm so grateful that a lot of my friend referrals have really allowed me to spice up my palate and spread it so that I can learn more and I can consume some of the great dishes that we have within and beyond the city. And I promise you this. You know, if somebody who knows you well can give you some great suggestions on where you should eat and what you should order, it gives you an opportunity to check out other things eventually from that menu. And so I say this, I say, try to use your friends' referrals. If you're somebody who's like, I'm a really picky eater, I don't know if anybody understands that. Think about the people who are around you when you are at a restaurant, choosing that pickiness that you have, whatever type of palate that you are into and the ways that you have cultivated your palate throughout your choices. Be encouraged to get those suggestions from friends who can help you expand on it, even if it's just a little bit. I say inch by inch, eventually it becomes a mile, and you'll start enjoying some of the cuisine that maybe you were a bit hesitant to enjoy in the beginning. Plus, Seattle is such a phenomenal city where we have dishes from all over the globe. I mean, amazing chefs bringing their cuisine and traditional items right here to our doorstep. So I'm going to tell y'all, it's definitely doable for you to be trying some different cuisines, even if it's just once a month, once every other month, spread it out. But definitely find your ways to support our businesses in community that are bringing you dishes to delish on. Well, after this break, I get to check in with Tina. We're going to be learning more about how she began Gold Coast Ghal Kitchen and, of course, this amazing event coming up, the Soul of Seattle, celebrating West African cuisine. Y'all don't want to miss it. Stay tuned. You're watching The Day with Trae.
My hair is definitely unique in the rodeo industry, and not a lot of girls wear their natural hairstyle. And since I do, it makes it a lot harder to find equipment that fits my head the right way. When I speak about being unique, that's what I mean is, why should we have to change our hairstyle for safety maybe? Why can't they create something for us to be ourselves in and still be safe on the trails? You don't have to change the way you look because you're beautiful the way you are.
Seattle Opera presents one of the world's most popular operas, Mozart's The Magic Flute. Called an international sensation by LA Daily News and dazzling by San Francisco classical voice, this new to Seattle production featuring eye-popping animations is perfect for the whole family. Don't miss Mozart's The Magic Flute, February 22nd through March 9th at McCaw Hall. Details at seattleopera.org. This January, the sun rises on Pacific Northwest Ballet's brand new production of The Sleeping Beauty with scenery by Preston Singletary and costumes by Paul Tazwell. 2 weeks only. For tickets, visit pnb.org.
Empowering the community one connection at a time. ConnectWise is your partner in finding the support you need. Download the app today and experience the difference that a connected community can make. Learn more at eec-wa.org/connectwa-app.
Hey, what up, everybody? Truth Talks is one of the hottest shows streaming, and we're expanding. You can catch all the tea live and unedited Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, and again at 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific. Dive into the truths you need to hear, from pop culture to politics and some of the biggest celebrity exclusives.
I wrote the song in the car.
Get out the way. That was my theme song.
Set your reminder to catch us live on Fox Soul or binge watch on YouTube/Fox Soul.
Welcome back, y'all, to the Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. Joining me right now is Tina. What's up, Tina?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good, really good. So happy to be here.
Well, I'm glad to have you, because that story of somebody giving me recommendations and I got to try some of your dishes, it was amazing. But I was
Thank you.
also with a large group, so we were trying each other's stuff. So I feel like I've had a lot of things from the menu.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about what got you started in, cooking this kind of cuisine and bringing it here to this area.
Yeah, so I've been cooking since I was 4, since I can remember, making rice at home for the soups or stews. And then that's always been with me. Lived with my family in Philly, then Minnesota, and then moved here. And I was like, where the West Africans at? And so I decided to take that on. Started off with, just hosting for friends to make friends, and then pop-ups and caterings. And then about 7 years later, I opened Gold Coast Ghal Kitchen.
Wow.
Yeah.
When you think about all of the steps that it took to get there, was brick and mortar, like restaurant, always kind of like, hey, yo, when I get there, I'm going to be able to explore all of these things?
Not at first, no. It wasn't until 2 years ago that I started thinking about the physical location. But it's always been just cook to make people happy, to make me happy. So that's what I trying to do. Yeah.
Well, I find that too, oftentimes the path to being a restaurateur, having, amazing menu, that takes time to build, right?
Yes.
So I love hearing you talk about pop-ups. Were you listening to a lot of that feedback to truly design that final menu?
Absolutely. Absolutely. The first menu that we opened with, it was so nerve-wracking, and it was mostly things that I'd done on a pop-up that had gotten good feedback. And then, of course, I open it and then to a bigger audience, and some don't like it. I'm like, wait, but you guys told me otherwise. So yeah, it's been very nerve-wracking with that.
Well, the great thing is that I think we have really moved away in terms of the restaurant industry, progressing over time. I feel like when I was a kid, you went to a restaurant, it was the same stuff on the menu all the time.
Yeah.
And now we see a lot of restaurants doing seasonal menus, having specials, right? One day of the week, being able to incorporate new dishes. And as they're picked up by customers, then they can become staples. How were you able to kind of, maneuver your menu to try to meet the palates of the customers?
Yeah, so funny enough, we started with our jollof rice on weekends only, and then got amazing feedback from it. But the reason why it was weekends only was because I'm the only person making it. And at the time, didn't trust my team enough to, actually get that out there to do so on their own. And with time, it's now a main staple on the menu. And folks come in every day now just for that. I'm like, guys, we have other things. And nope, it's all about the jollof.
Yeah, well, it's a popular dish, and I know the level of work it takes to make it. I'm so grateful that my sons, they are a quarter Nigerian, and so their grandfather and his wife, us visiting them in Chicago, she said, "I'm gonna show you how to do this, so you can do it when you get home." And it was a game changer. And my sons wanted it all the time. Mom, can you make that rice? Mom, can you make that rice? I'm so grateful that she showed me. But it really is a flavorful dish that is well known. What are some of the other dishes you have on the menu?
Yeah, so we have our goat peanut soup that's also available vegan. We have okra soup. We sometimes some of the specials that we'll run is a goosey, once we can find the real authentic melon seeds. Sometimes I've gone home and I just stuffed my suitcase with so many ingredients to bring back, just because I want to feed Seattle that real West African food. And, and then seasonality, we play with our greens. So right now we have potato greens on the menu. Come springtime, it'll be jute leaves. So, whatever, I try to keep up with the season here. We're in the Pacific Northwest, so many wonderful, ingredients, vegetables. So we try to keep up that way too.
Well, I gotta tell you, I love that you got some vegan options on the menu.
Yes.
I definitely was with a mixed crowd when I came, and it was so many of us that there was a lot of vegans, and we all had so much fun, and our bellies were full. I'll tell you that much. But you're also doing this phenomenal event, and I want to learn more about what this event is all about and what you're looking to bring to the community.
Yeah, so it is Soul of Seattle. It's happening on February 8th over at Block 41 in Belltown. Their mission is to bring Black excellence in the food and beverage scene here in Seattle. So we'll all be there, about 20 vendors, I believe. Yeah. And just showcasing our amazing food and talent. Yeah.
Well, this is quite interesting because there's some chefs and some restaurants that'll be there that are well known. Tell us about a couple of the top ones.
Yeah, so Lennox will be there. I haven't been yet, but I had his food when he was in the pop-up space as well. They have our same operating hours, so we haven't been able to make it. Communion will be there. Umami Kushi will be there. Pizza by Ruffin as well. They have this amazing Dorawat pizza that I just had last week. So hopefully they bring that. Pickled by Northwest Chef will be there. So many others. And so excited. Yeah.
So tell me a bit about how this event came together. I mean, this is quite phenomenal. And I think, we don't often see events like this in the winter. So I love that y'all are doing something like this right now for the people to come out and try a lot of different dishes. How did this come about?
Yeah, so this started at in the height of COVID. It's on its fourth year. So I believe 2021 or 2020 was when it started. And it was just to garner support for Black-owned businesses because COVID, things were really hard. We were facing hard times. So it was a way to bring, the support for them. Yeah.
Well, we talk about supporting Black business, and that's such it's a major campaign for us here at Converge, but also businesses supporting each other is something that I want to talk a bit about because, when I think there's a misnomer, oh, they got a brick and mortar, oh, they got the restaurant already.
Yeah.
They don't need, to come and do events like this. Tell us a little bit about the truth behind all that.
Yeah, I'll continue to support just because, we still have rent to pay, we still have our employees to pay, and, we can't do that if we don't have customers. And so we absolutely need that support. And we try to support each other by frequenting, their other businesses as well and, buying from each other and, whether it's selling wine from, whether it's selling their wine or, just purchasing from them as well. So, yeah.
This kind of support is so special, and I love being able to see kind of the backstory of a lot of that. And so I thank you for sharing that because I think, people need to understand that once you're in business, getting people to come through your doors or purchase your services, products is always going to be a driving factor. So I'm looking forward to this. And just quickly, before I let you go, tell us maybe some of the dishes you'll have at Soul of Seattle.
Yeah, so we will have our peanut soup. We'll have a vegan option as well, but it'll be made with chicken. And guess what? We're bringing fufu as well. Everyone's been crazy about it, wanting to try fufu, so it'll be there as well. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, sounds like you're bringing the heat and
Yes.
definitely some delicious foods to eat. Now, I got to give you time. You get to look right here in this camera closest to me. Let folks know why they need to come down here to the Soul of Seattle and also come to your restaurant.
Yeah, come to Soul Seattle. You get to try amazing food from so many businesses, as well as drinks and wines. Some businesses you may have heard of. You get to learn of new businesses and just, garner support for Black-owned businesses. So we would love to have you there, as well as coming by Gold Coast Kitchen to try our amazing jollof rice.
Wow. Tina, thanks so much for joining me
Thank
today.
you for having me.
Yeah, it's so great to have you here. Anytime you need to come through with an update, let us know.
Will do. Thank you so much, Trae.
Absolutely. Wow, y'all. Great to hear from Tina there and also to learn more about this phenomenal event coming up this weekend, y'all. I'm going to be wrapping it all up right after this short break. Stay tuned. You're watching The Day with Trae.
Africa Town Plaza is our latest affordable housing development project. It's 126 units of affordable housing over community commercial space.
It's the first time in my career, and I've been doing this for 10 years, that I was able to design for people who look like me.
Africa Town Plaza is a beacon of hope.
Africa Town Plaza is a love letter to the community.
Ready to be intentional with your spending? Whether you're gifting it or using it for yourself, the Buy Black card allows you to shop at many different Black-owned businesses across the greater Seattle area, like Love a Latte, Dramer Ice Cream, Motis Beauty Supply, Pizza by Ruffin, The Spa House by Queen Care, and so many more. You can see the full list of participating businesses when you sign up for your Buy Black card at intentionalist.com. And thanks to our friends at BECU, you'll save 20% when you load your card. Spend like it matters with the Buy Black card.
Welcome back, y'all, to The Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. Huge shout out to my guest today, Tina with Gold Coast Kitchen. It's amazing because I'll tell you this much. When we talk about what it means to continue having your business thrive, it is always going to be about getting people through your doors, purchasing your services, purchasing your products, and doing events like Soul of Seattle allows for more people to experience these businesses and try different foods. We know that there's huge events happening in the summer because everybody want to be outside. So I'm so grateful that this is taking place during this season when I was just talking yesterday about what are you doing to be warm, right? Well, this is another opportunity. Although it's outside, it's indoors, right? And you'll get the opportunity to taste some phenomenal dishes by amazing chefs right here in our area, y'all. It doesn't get much better than that when we talk about what it truly means to support business. And when we talk about support, it can come in a lot of different ways. But when you're able to support a multitude of businesses in one day, in one stop, I'm telling you, you're making a huge impact. So please make sure you get down there to Block 41 this Saturday for the Soul of Seattle, trying some phenomenal foods and celebrating our amazing chefs who are truly dedicated to their craft. As Tina just shared with us her story about starting at 4 and now having her own restaurant and wanting to bring these amazing cuisines from her home to your tummy. Well, I want to thank y'all so much for watching today. And of course, I get to continue on with y'all tomorrow. I'll be back. And until then, at 11 a.m., y'all, peace. Converge Media produces culturally relevant content for Black and urban audiences. Our coverage is raw, transparent, and objective, praised by community leaders, government officials, and residents. Support Converge Media today via Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal at Converge Media.